Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to continue shooting the BCM that has currently 7,080 rounds fired through it without opening the action whatsoever. No oil, no cleaning, no bore punches, nothing. Just 7,080 rounds fired on a gun that is at this point caked in carbon and bone dry. We stopped back, our last test was 2/7/20, so it's been over a year. I think you guys know why. We had to stop, and that's because of all the crazy panic stuff going on. People have made ammunition very scarce and very expensive when you can find it. We're starting to see those ammo prices come down and availability starting to come up, which is a good sign. So hopefully in the next few months we'll be able to return to some sense of normality. But we wanted to continue this because we get an awful lot of questions, even despite the fact that people know the environment we're in currently. People are saying, well, what happened to that test? Is it done? And no, we really wanted to take this thing to 10,000 rounds. So we've been sitting on, we had one case of 223 Federal left. That's the ammunition we've been using in this gun. It's bulk pack ammunition. It's just American Eagle 55 grain. It's not 5.56, it's 223. And that's what we fired so far, 7,080 rounds of out of this gun. And so we're going to continue that. We're going to fire 500 rounds today out of this case and try to split it up and see if the gun's going to work well. And what's interesting to note is the gun has been sitting for over a year. If you enjoy the content that we produce, please take a moment to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell. It helps us out tremendously here at the channel. Also comment down below. That really helps us with the algorithms. Plus, we love reading those comments and responding to them when we can. With that being said, let's get started with today's video and revisit the BCM and see how far we can take this thing without cleaning or lubing it. I'd like to take a moment to thank our friends over at primaryarms.com for helping to make today's video possible. If you've not checked out their store before, please swing by and check out primaryarms.com. They sell a lot more than Primary Arms optics. They sell clothing, backpacks, firearms accessories, firearms themselves, and so much more. They generally have a pretty good stock. Their prices are usually really good as well. They ship fast as well. I've been doing business with them for years, so please swing by and check out primaryarms.com. All right, guys, so we're going to tear the tape off the gun. When I signed it and taped it last time, it was 2/7/20, as I've already pointed out. So we've not done any type of maintenance on this gun whatsoever since this whole thing started. So I'm going to get all the tape off of it here. And let's see if our bolt's sticking. No, our bolt functions just fine. All right, look inside. You can see the carbon buildup on the carrier. Again, this is 7,080 rounds with no maintenance whatsoever on the gun. All right, so we have a challenge target down at 100 yards. Have 30 rounds loaded into a Lancer magazine. Once again, we're using Federal ammunition. This is just American Eagle 223 55 grain ball, guys. I've been shooting Federal ever since I was a kid. I absolutely love working with them. They supply all the ammunition to the channel for free so we can produce the content for you guys. And so we want to thank them for doing that. But keep in mind, we've fired 7,080 rounds of this stuff through this gun. So not only is the gun doing quite well, but this ammunition is doing extremely well as well. I've used other factory ammunition in the past where I've seen affordable lines of ammunition with the primers in the pockets backwards and things like that. Bullets, you know, cockeyed in the neck of the case and all sorts of stuff. So I love Federal, and that's what we've been using throughout the entire test. So here we go. This is a Lancer magazine, got 30 rounds loaded. We're going to be shooting at that target at 100 yards. You can tell it's a bit sluggish. All right, let's see what she does. All right, might need to do a little bit of adjustment to the scope. It's a little bit high left, but they'll give you guys an idea of the gun and the accuracy, which is still pretty much there. All right. Definitely need to make adjustments to the scope. That's 1, 2. Two, 3, 4. We'll do 5 mags and let her cool down. We'll let her cool off. All right, guys, here we go with another 5 magazines or 150 rounds. Made some adjustments to the scope. I'm going to see if it's on at 150 now. Yeah, still a little bit high left. Woo! Didn't go all the way in the battery, but Lancer mags are known to be a little bit tight when they're fully loaded, some of them. All right, no malfunctions in 300 rounds. She's warm again. We've documented this in previous videos. We showed bore scope footage, and you can see that the gas port erosion is very real. That's nothing that's particular to a BCM. It's to any rifle that you fire as hard as we've fired this one. We're doing mag dump after mag dump. You'll start to get that gas port erosion, even if you're not doing mag dumps. Just over the course of use, those ports open up. As those ports open up, more gas gets into the system, and now the gun's really overgassed. It's overgassed so much that many of the empties will go right out the window, so forward of the rifle. But it's still functioning flawlessly, and no malfunctions at all so far. All right, we're going to resume our shooting. We have 4 magazines here this time, so this will be 120 rounds. Do a little bit of shooting at the 150-yard target. I made some adjustments to the scope. We'll see if it gets us a little bit closer to being zeroed. I think when we shot this thing for groups last time, we actually zeroed it at 50 yards. All right. The VCOG has a very coarse reticle, has this giant crosshair in there. It's almost as thick as my crossed fingers. Not the most precise scope, but yeah, it looks like it's a little bit more zeroed now. I think that's all 4 of them, so we'll let her cool off again. Still perfect function. So let's fire off our last 80 rounds and see how she does. And the last 20. Locked open. After sitting for a year in its own carbon, no oil, no cleaning, now for 7,580 rounds, and the BCM is still chugging right along. We've been pretty hard on the barrel. The barrel's getting a lot of heat because we've been doing 5 mag dumps, and in some of our previous testing we wouldn't even let it cool completely off before we put another 5 through it. We showed you the bore scope footage of the barrel. You can definitely see gatoring and wear around the lead of the chamber and the barrel, and yeah, the gas port erosion is considerable. But again, that's normal for any gun that would see this type of use. So yeah, it's pretty incredible that this thing has gone 7,580 rounds without a single malfunction, either related to ammunition or to magazines. We're using Surefire OK magazines and Lancers, and the gun itself, direct gas impingement. So much for the notion that if it poops where it eats, it's unreliable. But the testing will continue. We do want to get this gun to 10,000 rounds. Hopefully we'll be able to do that as we go on and the ammunition starts to shake loose a little bit. So let's go ahead and cool her off, tape her up, and get her ready for the next 500 round test, or maybe 1,000 round test, depending on how the ammo situation goes. We're going to go ahead and seal the action up here really quick and date it. So today is June 6, 23. And we are at 7,580 rounds. Guys, when we started this test, and I've said this in previous videos, this was a demonstration to folks who said that direct gas impingement AR-15s, and yes, I know it's internal piston system, but we'll go with DI because that's what most people know it as. I wanted to prove to people that the AR-15 wasn't as susceptible to carbon as people will often say on the discussion forums and other videos, people that are just repeating things that they've heard, going so far back as into Vietnam vet territory, where Vietnam vets insisted, you know, that the M16 was a piece of junk. And in the beginning, it had its problems. But today's rifles are extremely well refined, extremely well made. This is not 1965. This is 2021. And these are amazing military service rifles. The fact that this gun has gone almost 8,000 rounds now, 7,580, with not even so much as a drop of oil, not breaking the action open, not running anything down the board, not even a bore snake. We've done nothing to this gun except fire it. And it has not failed once. The gun hasn't, the magazines haven't, and the ammunition that we've chosen to use for this test hasn't. So anybody that has a friend out there that says direct gas impingement ARs are finicky, they poop where they eat, they're unreliable, get a gas piston gun. I think gas pistons are a gimmick. I think that's why they're dying off, petering out. People are starting to go back to direct gas impingement. I stuck with direct gas impingement throughout the entire piston craze. I always thought it was silly. The gun was designed to run just as it's designed here with this BCM. Guys, if you have any questions, please ask those questions down below. I do try to answer those questions. If you'd like to support us here at the Military Arms channel so we can continue to bring you content like this, consider becoming part of our Patreon family. There's a link in the video description below. Give that link a click, and you'll have direct access to me. I answer all private communications. You'll get early access to videos like this one. We do special content just for our Patreons and other things like that. Again, link in the video description below. Right here on YouTube, there's a little join button. Click that join button and you can support us right here on YouTube. And last but not least, guys, please swing by and check out coppercustom.com. Thank you for 13 years of support. We'll talk to you guys soon.